So what happens in a high-performance computing? People will just read a lot of data, a batch of data that you will, do all the computation that is necessary on their HPC node, and then write back the data into the storage. They only want a storage that is resilient, that is agile, and that is giving all the efficiency for that kind of load. Rendering farms in the animation world, if you will. I'm not saying it will suit all the animation workloads, but I'm saying there are, I just took rendering as an example over here, small rendering farms where they would like to again do the same thing. Take a batch of data, huge amount of data, give it to the master node, which will send it across the slave node, do all the computation over there, rendering over there, and send it back to the storage so somebody else can use it, the next stage compositing can use it, for example. So how do I protect the data? How do I ensure that I am able to back up the data? So we have the PowerWalk disk library and the tape library solution. The good thing about disk library is everybody would agree with me, backing up data to a disk is a lot more faster than backing up data to a tape. And people are running out of backup windows. Their data is growing so much that they are running out of backup windows. So could I, kind of work with solutions from Semantic, solutions from Formward. Tomorrow we will be sticking Assure on top of it. And can I scale to something like about half a petabyte again? It's about 490 terabytes, but I'm just using half a petabyte for ease of implementation. Then comes my favorite product, these two. The DX Object Storage Platform. What is an Object Storage Platform? Object Storage Platform is an intelligent platform that can store data for years together. That can store data not in form of files, not in form of blocks, as you see with the comparison, equal logic, but in terms of objects. So who would require to store their data in terms of objects? There are two good cases over here. I will take one example is compliance. When I say compliance, most of the people, kind of come out and I'm having a cup of tea and say, Oscar, in India, who is bothered about compliance? We will start bothering about compliance. I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Devi Shetty. Some of you or most of you would know, one of the prominent person in cardiac industry, the cardiac space. And I was talking to him about object storage. I said, sir, how would you want all your MRI scans, all your data, patient's data, into an object storage device such as this? And without going into the intricacies of the technicalities, I just give you a push button kind of a mechanism, and you would be able to retrieve the data, keep it in front of the diagnosis doctor by the time the patient walks in. He said, wow, this is good. But I don't think I need to store the data for so many years. Then I was kind of provoking him. I said, Doctor, how about compliance? Don't we have HIPAA compliance over here? So that's a good point. Till today, India did not have HIPAA compliance. But with the medical tourism industry coming in as a boom into India, there will be a opportunity, there will be a golden requirement for hospitals to go into HIPAA compliance. And you know what? One good thing about HIPAA compliance, not for the disk industry people, the patient's record needs to be stored for 10 years after the demise of the patient. Otherwise, you are not HIPAA compliant. That's one part of it. We have the Check 21 Citation Act from Reserve Bank of India. They've started going in for object storage devices for the simple reason that they need to have a scan check for a period of 7 years. If there is a litigation, it's very difficult to go and get the original check in its paper form from the go down. You know how many racks are there. Probably one of the zero is gone. Yeah. So they are also looking at object storage devices. Other than that, there are a lot of organizations, people, CXOs, coming and talking to us. I would like to have good compliance within my organization, and that good compliance demands that my data is kept for so many period of time. It could be different workloads, different patterns of data, some databases, some file scans, and so on and so forth. Very good device. Good thing about this device, there is no RAID mechanism within this device. There is nothing called RAID. There is nothing called file system. Everything is totally a big, huge, scalable disk devices that can ensure that your data is available at all given time, talking about the resiliency portion of it, and I'm talking about the scalability portion of it, and you can decide how long the data would want to reside inside the object storage. This is our recent announcement, the DR4000. When I did a demo to the customer, she said, "Is this so simple to use?" And I said, "Would you want to try doing it yourself?" He said, "Yeah, I think I can." What are you doing? You're just giving me a share, and I can drag and drop data into the share. The share could be, F colon, G colon, or it could be a name given to the share, my share. I can just drag and drop data into that. And what the DR4000 does is a very intelligent way. It starts finding out what is the duplicated data that is coming into it, discard the duplicated data, and keep only the data which is not duplicated. Has some kind of a pointer mechanism we can go in depth at some point in time. But what it does is, if I say that our entry-level product, which can give you a post-RAID capacity, usable capacity of 2.7 terabytes, can store 35 terabytes of data if you are pushing it on tape. That's the kind of compression, that's the kind of deduplication that we can get inside the DR4000, which could actually replicate to another DR4000, if you will, at the disaster site, or probably we can look at it as robo offices, remote office, branch office, where you do not have people who have the skill to do the backup. You just want to schedule the backup and then leave it so that you can have the data replicated to your main center, or you could have the data replicated to a data center on the cloud. Pretty good, very easy to use, absolutely no learning. The customers don't want us to